In 18th century China, science was a world dominated by men. Confucian ideals restricted women's education, voices, and ambitions. But one woman defied it all, with a telescope in one hand and a pen in the other. Her name was Wang Zhenyi, and she didn't just study the stars, she rewrote the rules of astronomy, mathematics, and gender expectations. This is the incredible story of the woman who dared to challenge centuries of scientific thought. Wang Zhenyi was born in 1768 in Nanjing, during the Qing Dynasty. She came from a scholarly family that nurtured her curiosity from a young age. Her grandfather was a physician and mathematician, and her father was passionate about astronomy. Instead of being confined to embroidery and etiquette, Wang Zhenyi was encouraged to read, write, and ask questions. And ask questions she did. By the time she was a teenager, she was diving into books on astronomy, geography, mathematics, and medicine. She was fascinated by the natural world, especially the stars, planets, and celestial patterns. But as she studied traditional Chinese science, she began to notice something troubling. Many of the theories were outdated, inconsistent, or simply wrong. Wang Zhenyi didn't accept knowledge blindly. She believed it should be tested and proven. And so, she began to conduct her own experiments, build models, and write scientific essays, something almost unheard of for a woman in her time. One of her most famous works involved explaining eclipses. In her essay Dispute of the Precession of the Equinoxes, she challenged long-held misconceptions about lunar and solar eclipses. To explain these celestial events, she constructed a model using a lamp, a mirror, and a globe to demonstrate how the positions of the Earth, Moon, and Sun created shadows, an explanation that closely matches modern scientific understanding. She also rewrote parts of mathematics textbooks, making them more accessible for learners. Her clarity and precision impressed other scholars, who respected her talent regardless of her gender. Wang Zhenyi believes science should be for everyone, not just for the elite or for men. But Wang Zhenyi wasn't only a scientist. She was also a poet and a feminist voice in an era of silence. Her poems often spoke of justice, equality, and the frustrations of being a woman in a man's world. In one poem she wrote, "It's made to believe. If women are not educated, their morality will be ruined. If women are not educated, how can they know of morality?" She broke every barrier placed before her, showing the world that intellect knows no gender. Tragically, Wang Zhenyi died young, at just 29 years old. But in her short life, she published dozens of essays, poems, and scientific observations that inspired generations after her. She became a symbol of intellectual courage and women's empowerment in Chinese history. Today, Wang Zhenyi is remembered not just as an astronomer, but as a pioneer, a woman who reached for the stars at a time when women weren't allowed to look up. Wang Zhenyi's story is proof that brilliance cannot be bound by tradition, gender, or time. She changed the world by simply refusing to accept its limits. If you're fascinated by forgotten geniuses and untold truths, subscribe to Fascinating Historical Facts. We bring history's hidden heroes to light, because their voices still matter. Stay curious. Stay inspired. Subscribe now.